I know some of the USA players back home, but they're friends, and these people, you see them on TV, and they're gold medalists. It's an incredible experience. It's incredibly awesome.
Well, yeah, great team you're playing with, fun girls.
Oh, yeah, they've been incredible. Like I said, it's just an incredible experience. They've all been so welcoming and helpful, really. The styles between the US and Australia are a little different, so it's kind of a learning curve, but I'll get it eventually.
Thanks and good luck. And back to the guys upstairs.
As always, Catcher getting all the exclusives down on the sideline for Bar TV Sports as we see the start and a jersey change for the Japanese side. They're playing in the white. They've been playing in the blue earlier on today against the New Zealand Wasps, who were a little bit disappointing against a world-class side, but these development players coming out of New Zealand certainly ones to watch out for. And this will be a fairly evenly matched. So the OzBoks we saw earlier on, very familiar and similar jerseys to the New Zealand Wasps. Be interesting to see when they play against each other on finals day tomorrow. And this is, great tackle on the far side. And that's that player we've been talking about all day, Hanoka. She's so good, Pete.
Well, it's a great tackle when you can hear the jolt, and that's exactly what we were able to hear right up here on the commentary box, Liz.
Yeah, it's quite a strong hit on the sideline, too. I look for a good contest here in the lineout. I know that jumper there, that's Erica Fowler with the OzBoks. She plays her rugby up in Brisbane, plays with UQ, was just on tour with the Queensland Reds, and played up in Japan. And last weekend was with the UQ team. She's actually played on one of our Stars tours before, too. And is fierce enough that, remember Dear Georgia Page? That was an Aussie sensation. Erica broke her leg in a competition last year. So a hard hitter as well, but it was all about that hard hit from Japan that's given them possession of the ball off the line out here.
Well, the ball comes wide as they look to dance around, and good defence there by the OzBoks side. Another one of these invitational sides as well, and they come together well.
Yeah, there's a fantastic counter ruck. And coming away with the ball here.
Just taking over the sideline there, Katie Harrison it was. Just in time there by Hanoka, the number 10. She's diminutive stature, but she plays with a lot of heart and aggression. Reminds me a lot of the number 10 from the Australian men's side, Coward, with her ability and her pace, Pete.
Yeah, it definitely is. But now look at this from the OzBoks women.
Yeah, certainly looking to play physically here, trying to intimidate the much smaller Japanese side. But certainly won't be daunted by the task as they look to play the ball out wide, and good link play there as they come around through Maya Shimzu. It was one of the stars in the second game as it comes wide again.
And this is something that I've come to see Japan known well for is their passing skills. They are able to move the ball quick around the field. I think you were right. OzBoks with their size and their hard hits are putting up a good competition here. And this is a team that's traveled quite a bit. So I know some of the players have individually traveled. OzBoks as a side did go to Samoa for the Independent Sevens and took second in the tournament there, I believe, falling to the Samoa national side.
Well, what a regather there by Hanoka, who took the ball in field as it comes wide now. They're looking to use the width here, Pete.
Let's see if they can use that width here, Gary. Tanaka, straight through the middle. Look at him go. Look at her go, I should say.
Well, look at you go,
Look
Pete.
at her. We're all on the one,
We're
Mike.
delirious, mate.
This is only our 150th call today. We're just warming up.
Well, she's very good and she's very talented. She scored a good couple of tries in the second game. She scored a good try in the first game. And she's certainly one of the leaders of this development side here from Japan.
What I like about this, too, is the way that she split those defenders. We saw the number 12 with the OzBoks, had her hips turned to the outside, leaving that space behind her open, and leads to an easy try there for Japan. Really good field awareness, and, of course, right under the post, so the kick was made. So we're sitting 7-0 with Japan leading.
Successful.
What
Nicely
a shot.
done again.
What a shot that is.
Yeah,
two of the Japanese, Bar
of the
TV,
best.
two of the best with the crowd looking on anxiously, wondering which way is this going to go.
You love a good colour shot, don't you, Pete?
I do. I love a bit of colour.
Yeah, very good as the ball goes down deep into the 22. The OzBoks. So this Japanese side certainly will be challenging tomorrow on finals day if they keep this up, as the defence and the counter rucking. It's exemplary here. So the quick tap is going to be taking this space out wide, and she may not need it as Hirano goes in the corner for a very well-worked try.
Now, that was great, efficient work by Japan. Like you mentioned, the counter ruck there, drawing the penalty, and then going quick to the outside. And what I really like about setting that all up was a well-placed kickoff. So we're not chancing anything with it going less than 10 meters, putting them downfield and pinning the OzBoks back inside their own 22. So good defensive pressure by Japan and leading to tries.
Well, it's the old adage, a kick's only as good as its chase. As this is a very difficult kick from the sideline. Oh, it's coming around. Oh, just didn't have the distance.
I liked her style and approach to that kick too. Very unique style. But yeah, look at their faces. They're enjoying their time here in Australasia, especially here on the Central Coast. No doubt a lot of these sides have been here for a few weeks and that, you know, they've seen different parts of Australia, but they're here and they're having some fun in the afternoon cloud here this afternoon. Just waiting for a ball. We've got one.
Well, I'm waiting for the sun, Peter, getting back to that.
You're waiting
It's supposed to be a brilliant day here tomorrow. Clear skies.
Yeah.
Tops of 30 degrees, Liz. You're looking forward to that? Getting your tan on?
Absolutely. Back home, it's about 0 where I come from. So we've seen lows down there. It's always a pleasure coming out here to Australia and getting to experience the beaches and the culture and everything.
Yes, certainly. And all the OzBoks here, they're away now on the far side.
Oh,
That's a good pursuit by that sweeper for Japan.
Yeah, Hanoko just can't go. Oh, she gets there in the wind. Wow, look at the tackle from behind. She just never gives up. She just never gives up, does she, Hanoko?
How gutsy was that? Here they come now, the Japanese. They're looking to turn, well, their defense into attack. And let's see if they can show a little bit of flair here. They'll get a penalty though, Liz.
Yeah, so they don't really need the flair quite yet. We saw them score off that penalty before. We'll see if they can replicate that magic. Unfortunately, a knock-on, so we're going to see a scrum to OzBoks. And this may well be one of the first scrums of the match.
Yeah, certainly. I think this match has been played with very good handling skills, and I think you're right there. And yes, our producers are nodding at us. You are correct. First scrum of the match.
They're onto it.
Yep, so this will be a good test to see. You would think that the OzBoks, with their strength and their power, would be looking to drive this over and give their back some attacking space. They're set up quite deep with their fly half.
Coming through on the ball.
Yes, fantastic pressure by Japan's scrum half.
So the hooter goes. It's 12-0. 2 tries in front. And again, great counter-rucking there by the Japanese side. It's certainly something over the last couple of years we've seen improve. Certainly this time last year we didn't see the aggression at the breakdown by this Japanese side. But wow, what a year's difference it has made, Pete.
Well, they're going to be up there, that's for sure. Probably in the top 2, maybe 3. It's going to be a cracking finals day tomorrow, so make sure you get around, reviewing the area. Come on down here to Morrie Breen Oval. We're going to have one hell of a day of finals foot rugby union, aren't we?
Oh, Hanoko, that's her first blemish of the game. She slipped over, she tripped, and the ball spills out, but we're going to probably see the Japanese side come up with it. Oh, that last pass just wasn't there, so OzBoks now have a chance to get back on the scoreboard, to hit back just before halftime.
You'd like to see them playing all these extra minutes, be able to put some points on the board. Otherwise, they've just played a lot of extra time for naught.
Oh, that's a penalty.
Got the coach blowing up down here on the touchline as well.
That was great strength shown in the tackle there, and that is going to be half-time. But just the aggression at the breakdown, the counter-rucking, holding them up in the tackle, this is something we don't expect too often of a Japanese side. Both men's and women's.
Against them, though, they are quite strong when it comes to the ruck. They're quick in their support. So the teams that play good sevens will send in their ball carrier as your 1. Then you'll have your quick 2 for the ruck and 3 at the scrum half. If you're going to be what might be an undersized team, you have to be there in support and following their passes.
Well, that's artistic there. The coach really blowing up on our Bar TV screens.
Well, we did that for the lip readers,
yeah,
because we didn't want them to...
The expletives coming out. Yeah, I can certainly hear the rocket.
There we go again.
I can hear the rocket from up here in our commentary box position. And I tell you what, I'm glad I've got the earphones on, because he's certainly yelling to his troops, trying to...
What a sight that is. What a picture.
Get them involved. They're still in the match. It's 12-0, Pete.
Look at that mind just ticking over, just trying to figure out what to say next.
It's kind of like watching on the
Are
World
you-
Series. Yeah, when the Russia coach, Pavel, he was one that was to watch. The same, very animated. And
Speaking of minds ticking over, Pete,
Yes, Gareth.
that's almost the mirror image of you up here in the commentary box. Because your mind is tick-tocking at the moment. You're like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Tick, tick, boom.
Oh, it's only 3:30.
Well, we're here, of course, all afternoon, and we've
really
got
looking forward to tomorrow.
the men's side of the draw, of course. You'll be with us till midday tomorrow, and you jet off on your overseas excursion yourself, Pete.
Yeah, looking forward to that one. Off to the motherland, England, for the Tri-Nations.
It depends where you're from, really, isn't it?
Jeez, where are you? Yeah.
Oh, I could have said Poland.
4 Nations, yeah, and we're going over there to report on the whole carnival, and you'll be able to hear that and listen to all the colour and atmosphere of the United Kingdom Festival coming up next Saturday on Bar TV Sports.
That's right, as the ball comes out wide now. Second half has started, and so have this Japanese development side, getting them over the 40-yard line, 40-metre line, sorry.
it's an impressive attacking structure from Japan. They've been holding their spacing while going sideline to sideline yet again. And you see that they've got just a really nice shape, keeping their depth and able to produce the ball. But now it's OzBoks that come away with the ball. Again, physical in that breakdown.
Always very physical, the OzBoks side, and they've been an absolute treasure to this tournament here on the Central Coast Sevens. And again, great work of the breakdown by Japan. Offside, she's going to get a yellow card, I think, here maybe. Deliberate offside, intentional, no. The cheese stays in the sock.
So it's either that or it's going to be persistent infringement. We've seen a lot of penalties against the OzBoks in these breakdowns. So Japan benefiting from being able to reset with the ball. Kind of getting high on that penalty count, though. We might be watching for the cheese later.
That's right, the slice of cheese. And, they might not need it as it opens up out wide. And that's another penalty there to the Japanese side, just creeping above the shoulders. Quick tap taken again. Ball comes out. Long ball thrown. Hakono's on the outside. Here she is. Has she got the pace? We know she has. Can she get around? Oh, the palm comes out. What about the strength in that as she streaks away to the try line, Peter?
Oh, beautiful work by the Japanese. Get a highlights reel of that and put it on the scissor wheel. We want to have a look at this. And you know what? We're going to have a look at this scintillating try. Check this out. From 40 metres out from their own end of the field, they went over into the OzBoks half. The big palm. Don't argue with me. Don't argue with me, she says. I'm from Japan. I'll win any day of the week.
Wow, look at the strength by the much smaller player. I tell you what, the other player just hasn't got up yet. So
Yeah,
we'll try and get a number. Erica Fowler, is it?
Erica Fowler actually suffered a broken nose and a dislocated jaw about 2 weeks ago. So that palm up to the face is something that they're really going to monitor closely.
Yeah, certainly the head concussion rule will come into play here, and she'll take some sideline time. And we get a bit of a look there, and doesn't look in a good way. As exciting as it was, you never want to see that happen to a player. But wow, Hakono, what a palm, what a fend. That's as good as fend as you'll see anywhere in the world, including yourself at Wyong Lee's club on a Saturday night, Pete.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. That was the biggest. Well, yeah, the women put the palm on me just to clear that up.
That's what I mean.
I'm just letting you walk yourself in and out of this again. Yeah. Good action here by Japan on the field. They won their own kickoff. They come away with the ball again. Another penalty. It's more Japan ball. They're just dominating the second half.
Yeah, this is Kurakura.
If I was the Australian side, I'd be very worried coming up against this Japanese development side. They look the goods at the moment as they...
Shimizu here.
Especially pitching the shutout, too. Their sweeper, again, that number 10, doing a fantastic job when they are on defense, and she's provided the speed on offense, too, so she'd be a real threat to any of the teams playing against her this weekend.
Well, the two players out wide at the moment, Tanaka and Hanoko, they're the ones to watch out for, as is this player with ball in hand, Hirano. As they go back towards the left, there was space on the right, so they'll probably come back this way this time. Thought it may have been a little knock on there, but referee disagrees, as is quite often the fashion here in the Bar TV box, and here she comes again. They shift it wide.
Yeah, she had the chance to break up the middle there. Didn't quite get through, but they've got the numbers to the right and a big gap splitting between the OzBoks second and last defenders. But Japan's ball handling, putting them backwards a bit, so it's pressure from the OzBoks doing the job to prevent the try. About 2.5 minutes left in the game. And again, Japan probably pretty happy with the shutout so far.
And again, they draw the penalty at the breakdown. So really showing their class and showing what world-class coaching can do for a side. Not that the OzBoks haven't got the world-class coaching, but they're the Japanese development side for a reason.
Well, and they'll be on a long build here. They're looking forward to hosting the Olympics in 2020, of course, hosting the 15s World Cup in 2019, and there's going to be just heaps of rugby their way. And then we've got the Rugby World Cup coming to San Francisco in 2018. So just because the Rio Olympics are done doesn't mean they're not playing their hardest, trying to earn their contracts and earn their spots, and building into this next Olympic cycle.
Well, the Central Coast Sevens, the second biggest tournament outside the Olympics, so they'd be happy here to come away with a win of this prestigious tournament, and this is going to do their chances no harm at all. They're pulled up short. Good counter-rucking on the far side by the OzBoks, and that will be a penalty, so relieving a little bit of pressure. 17-0. It's almost out of their grasp.
And Japan has a player down on the field. Their physio taking care of her, so they're going to be playing 6-on-7 while they get this player looked at.
Yeah, Sakura, looks like she's got a bit of a limp there. Or that ball goes forward, almost like your
right
national game. It's almost like a quarterback throwing downfield to a wide receiver there, Liz.
Almost. It's a shame that she was a little bit limping, like you mentioned there, too, because that would have been a great opportunity for her to shoot that gap. You love seeing, or at least I should say, I love seeing the intercepts in the game of sevens when people just pick off that ball and go the other way. It's a thrilling try.
There we saw Tanaka on screen. Hasn't seen too much ball here. She's got herself a try, and she's got a bit of space on the right-hand side at the moment, which will be interesting to see if they go that way. Yeah, they try to, but good pressure. And here she goes now, Tanaka, the little goose step, and too easy. She gets around, scores in the corner, Pete.
Yeah, she made it look simple. And there you go, another try. Well, the tries just keep on ticking away. It's 22-0. We've only got 20 seconds to go in the match as well. So a comprehensive victory here over the OzBoks. Let's have a look at the replay, how she got away to the try line for that 5-pointer.
I'll just stop you there, Pete. The skill shown there. She had the ball in the left hand, swapped it over to the right, ready for the palm. Now that is something to behold, and that's a skill that, that professional players don't even hold sometimes.
Gareth, I was going to notice the same thing. You beat me to it.
Sorry.
I also like the fact that she scored off, again, a broken play there. So we saw the Japan back set up where they were in a split formation, their fly half straight back, and still able to get the ball off for the try. And again, when we're looking at these pools and looking at point differential, these extras at the end are going to matter.
Yeah, they certainly are. We've said that all day, especially some of the upsets that we've seen. Of course, the biggest upset of the day was the Australian side going down in their first match, which, they have to score now a plethora of tries.
So, Liz, in our next match coming up, we've got the Aussie Pearls. How do you see this one going for the Pearls?
Taking on the Indigenous
Taking on
side.
the Indigenous side, yeah.
I think this will be a very interesting match. There's a lot of talent around for the Indigenous side, and it'll be interesting to see whether or not they've got the girl of Moran playing, who, if you remember, she went viral, kicking that goal from the sideline in a rugby league match. She's quite a talented player.
Yeah, she can bang him over from anywhere. She is quite talented, and that's what you get in this competition. Talented players that, they want to go on and make a name for themselves. And this is a great moment here, though, right now on screen. We've got the OzBoks and the Japanese here just forming a picture that will be edged in Central Coast Sevens history here, and great to see all the girls getting along with one another. It's a real family atmosphere, isn't it, here at this tournament?
It is, and I think that's something that's fantastic about our sport worldwide, is that we go to these competitions and we see teams, in the U.S., up in Canada, come to Australia. We'll see teams when we play in the Caribbean. There's a big tournament that takes place in Tobago, has since moved to Barbados for this year.
Get us over there.
Yeah, they might need some commentary work there.
I used to live in Nassau.